So Augie just found one. We just got started, like literally not even 30 minutes ago.
Got a decent G2 there.
He's actually chewed up a little bit. Not terrible, but a little bit on that one point.
Looks like it's been there a little bit. Still a little blood on it, actually.
Yeah, let me see that. Yeah, it's probably pretty fresh. Just like full wax ring on there.
Yeah. Cool.
There seems to be a lot of 8-pointers in this area. That's what it seems like, but awesome. Well, we got, between all three of us, we're probably going to put on 30 miles easily today.
For sure.
And we're not even 1 mile in. Well, maybe about a mile in, but
just to get to the fixed stuff. 0.49 miles.
Yeah, so hopefully we can pick up some more.
Cool. I just crossed the river, was working through this low stuff, and came up on this older one. Probably from last year. Good start.
A huge shad. Been waiting 3 years for this one.
Look it up.
I'm glad I waited.
It's a big moment.
Oh, huge. Oh yeah.
Nice.
Good thing about the backpack, this one's heavy.
Just worked up this hill, up this hardwoods. Then I'm working it back down and found an old chewed up shed.
So probably the craziest thing that's going to happen to me while shed hunting all year just happened. So me, Augie, and Clayton are all split up in here probably for the last hour and a half, probably hour and a half. And Clayton found one over here in this little grass opening about probably 45 minutes ago. And I was coming from this way from the north, working some of this hardwoods down. There was a little spot where a bunch of ash trees died out, and it's really thick in there. I wanted to hit that, but that's usually a lot of doe bedding, I think, over there. Anyways, there's a tiny little high spot in this woods where I had found a shed like 3 years ago, like a little 4-point. And every year I just kind of like cruise through some of those same spots where I had found sheds in the past. And believe it or not, the shed that Augie found first today, my cousin Cole found a shed literally 10 yards, not even. I had the shed pin marked on my phone, right? And I showed him that right after he found it, and he couldn't believe it. And that was literally like feet from one that my cousin Cole found years ago, right in that same spot. It's just pretty crazy. And then now I'm only about 75, maybe 100 yards from the spot I found one years ago, and we've been split up, and oh my God, this is crazy. I just called him, and I was only on the phone with him for a minute. I was just asking which direction they're heading and roughly where they're at. As I was talking to him, I'm just walking real slow, like this. And there's not even a deer trail here. Just literally going this slow, talking to him, and boom, I get right to these trees and look ahead. At first I seen the one, and you could tell it's a pretty good one. And if I wouldn't have called him, I would have been just cruising through a little faster. And the only reason why I found these, this is like probably a 40-acre section of hardwoods, and then it dips back down to river bottom and other grassy spots here and there. And generally, I haven't really walked this too hard. I'm gonna assume no one really it's just hard to find them in these hardwoods with limited deer sign. You literally have to get super lucky. This is like the luckiest find I'll have all year. There's very few deer trails, very few bedding spots, but anyways, I'm just going slow like this and found them. Just insane luck. I literally thought I was gonna get skunked today. I thought they were gonna find them all, but anyways, so I seen the one for sure, and once I got to right here, I realized there was two of them because I was just so distracted and talking to them, and I literally found them literally right on while I was calling them. That's crazy. Those are probably, and earlier today Augie said there's got to be some 70-inch sheds in here, and I was like, maybe a couple, but I think this area used to be better a couple years ago. There's good sign in here still, but this has got to be one of the top bucks for sure, if not the top buck right now in this square mile area. I can't believe I got that lucky to come up on it. There's even a little bit of blood on this one. They're probably only for sure 1 to 2 weeks. I wouldn't say more than a week and a half. I don't know. There's even a little bit of rubbing tree bark still on his brow tines and bases. I'm gonna wait till Augie's heading this way. He probably was 3/4 of a mile, almost away, probably half a mile away when I called him, but I'll wait till he gets over here. Going? Yep. All right, here we go. Like I was saying, if I would have been that way or that way just a little bit, I probably would have never found them. You got to get right on top of these things. Wow. Oh my God, dude, that's definitely 70. This is definitely probably my biggest match ever. Here, you can see it still froze down a little bit. At least that other one was. Dude,
Hold them up.
how fresh do you think that is? That's probably no more than a week.
Yeah.
Dude, this is definitely like probably a 160, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Probably like a 18, 19 spread. Dude, those are heavy too. Look at the mass on that. That's crazy.
Nice
There's
work.
only like a little chew there and a little chew there. Like these are ones that could have very well been missed by the whole year. They
Yeah.
would have got chewed like crazy in here, because you found that old one. I found an old one in here last year, kind of in hardwoods like this.
Yeah.
Man, that's crazy.
I mean, if it wasn't so fresh, I mean, there's already chews, like you said. Those could have got destroyed pretty quick.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we're in the middle of this just big hardwoods.
It's like 40 acres of hardwoods, and I was literally just cutting through it. Got extremely lucky. That'll be the luckiest. That's like the luckiest find in the last 3 years of shed hunting. So awesome.
I mean, it's hard to say.
So Augie just pulled out his old one that he found. Just where'd you find that up there? Like how many? Like
Oh, no, that one was back here. The chewed one I found was up
oh,
here.
okay, but still within the same regular area, kinda. Is a good chance it's probably off the same buck. Look at how low set the brow tine is here. Big brow tine for a young deer. Kind of that same little swoop, but that's pretty characteristic of a lot of deer. But there's a good chance it could be him. I think the brow tine, and even look at the base. The base is kind of the same relative shape, not a perfect circle. And that low set brow tine is, I think, the giveaway right there. It's got to be, I think there's a pretty good chance.
Yeah.
That's crazy. This is probably 2 years ago, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
I think that's pretty weathered for 1 year, but it could be, nah, that's got to be 2 years.
Yeah.
That's too big of a jump. It was probably 2 and then 4.
Yeah.
Dude, we just found those sheds, took those videos. We've just been walking and talking to each other a little bit back and forth. I look over, we were setting these big ones down and just kind of comparing, like you can't even see them from too far away. And I seen this little thing. I thought it might have been an antler, and then I got up to here and I thought it was a stick. And then I got up even closer and it is a shed. It's an old one. Dude, it could be the match to yours almost. No, it's really old.
Dude, that just shows you they're getting missed in here.
Oh, in this hardwoods, they're getting missed. The last 2 years, the only sheds I found in this whole place have been in the hardwoods, and they were both old. All this river bottom stuff and willows and stuff gets walked really hard, and you don't find as many in there as you think.
Yeah.
You gotta be kidding me. So we just finished up at that other spot like an hour ago. We drove around over to this spot, literally not even 5 minutes down the road, just for a quick 1.5 2 hour shed hunt. And when we got here, there was already a guy parked here, and he's obviously shed hunting just the location he was parked. And there's really not any trails or any other walking trails in this public land. I don't think you can hunt this spot either. But anyways, he just came out with his dog. Supposedly he didn't find anything. He could have had something small in his backpack, but I just came up on another pretty nice looking horn. Antler, I should say. So this is roughly like a 60 to 80 acre hardwoods. The whole place is hardwoods and grass. There's very little swamp or any wetland in this spot. But there's, every once in a while, you'll come into one of these little low spots where I would assume there's water at times when it's wetter. So that's why there's no brush or trees growing here. And I figured these spots have already been walked through by other people. I was just cutting through here because this whole area is so thick. And I'm just walking up like this. Another one, just walked right into it. Look at that. Pretty dark too. Can't believe this. Looks like a big 4-point. 4.5. It's got a little G4 there starting. Technically a 5-point, I guess. I'll get a couple pictures. That one looks pretty fresh too. Yeah, awesome. All right, here we go. Wow, really good color. Laying tines down. Oh my God. Yeah, that's got to be pretty fresh as well. Really fresh. This one too has some rubbing, some tree bark on the bases there. Man, even the backside is dark. That's crazy. This is a really chocolate horn. This is a really thick buckthorn oak woods, so I would imagine these deer don't see much sunlight in here. Even laying in this stuff in the winter when the leaves are off, it's kind of like so thick it's like shaded almost. That would explain why he's so dark. That's crazy. These will be like literally top. This is probably probably a top 5 shed I'll find all year unless I have an unbelievable year. Wow. Man, what a crazy day. I'm literally only like 75 yards from that last big one. I just came up on a little one here. This one might be old. Just heading up like this. And I got right here and glanced over. Right over there. This one is fresh, I think. It's really chewed up already, unfortunately. Oh, for sure. Definitely fresh. Well, good thing that big one wasn't this chewed up. That would have sucked. Some of these sheds in here might have been on the ground for a while, but this one looks pretty fresh too. Wow. I can't believe this is going to be like one of my most memorable days all year. This is unbelievable. These are in spots that I didn't expect. I'd have been happy with just finding at least one, maybe two, but wow. There's a couple really nice rubs in here. I wonder if it's off this really high up rubs, like off of a really big bodied deer. This has got to be at least a 4-year-old. It could be just some of the highest rubs I've seen all year, and that's saying a lot considering how much I get out. Must have been a really big bodied buck.